Did you have it 3-2, Wonderboy?
I did. And the thing is, I know you have to beat the champ to be the champ, that kind of mentality, but you also look at it round the round. So that might mean something if the scoring's different, but not, I mean, he did outscore him. I think it was handedly. Like, I remember going into that 5th round thinking, man, he's got to actually stop him.
Well, in the corner, Dean Thomas was telling him, you have to stop him. You got to put him out. He was telling him, you have to knock him out. And
did he say that?
Yes, he told me you have to stop him. I think Tyron's corner was worried. But the reality is, at one point, and I think it was in the 4th or maybe in the 5th, they were even on punches, on significant strikes. And Rogan raised a good point that a lot of those might have come in the 2nd round. Was it the 3rd round when Tyron had him down? Third round. So he said a lot of those might have come then, but they were dead even on significant strikes. Again, I know one was over 2 rounds. By the end of the 2nd round, they both had fucking 9 significant strikes. There was no beating up the champion there.
Yeah. No, yeah,
and I love Wonderboy. There's nobody I want to see champion more.
I think he landed the better shots.
I think so too. A few good kicks to the side of the face.
I mean, again, when they're on the floor, do they count all those shots as big shots, even though they're not that big of shots? If he got them on the floor a little bit and started landing, like,
right, yeah.
So that's weird with that when they say about the shots. It's like that could be deceiving.
They were very both so hesitant, and again, really, really respectful of each other. Yeah. And I think both of them understood that one mistake, and you finished.
I know Dana didn't. I don't think he was crazy about the fight. I know Joe Rogan really enjoyed the fight. I enjoyed the fight because it did have that feel of it could end at any moment on either side.
I did not enjoy the fight. I felt like it was like my husband fight. It's the fucking worst when you're really friends with somebody and you like him. I was like, oh my, be careful. Yeah, it's funny. Watch it. He's punching.
Yeah, no, it gets you a little, like that got me nervous that last round.
Holy shit.
Yeah, but that was a round where up until that last flurry, I mean, who was winning that round? I mean,
that wasn't even. I don't even think that was a dominant round. He was winning it, but I don't think it was a tremendous round. I don't think any of the, like, again, the only times any damage was really inflicted were both by Tyron, and especially that last moment. And that's what you leave the judges with.
Listen, I remember thinking, I felt that I was, it's fresh in my mind. I felt that Wonderboy won 3 rounds to 2.
I think you're right.
And then you get, people make cases for the 10-8.
That terrible. That didn't affect the fight because that was the guy who called it as raw. So
yeah, but like, I mean, and listen, you know how much I love Wonderboy. Like a 10-8 round, like I've seen worse 10-8 round. Like I know it was the last minute, but he did kind of drop him.
He almost stopped
but it almost stopped the fight. So I mean. Why? I don't know why they're making that big a deal of the judge that made that a 10-8 round, because isn't that a difference? Like, why is now? Listen, you're saying that round where he almost stopped him is the same as a round where he just got outpointed and he won a 10. They're both 10-9 rounds. How are they both 10-9 rounds? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, listen, that guy was almost out. How come in the other fight that was a legit 10-8? And this fight wasn't, because
I felt in the last. Personally, I think in the first,
and that
fight,
might have been more of a knockdown.
It was a lot longer. He was dominating him in the round 2. I think he spent a lot more time on it. I think he did a lot more damage in that first fight, and he was on the ground a lot longer. He really knocked him down. I think it was twice he knocked him down that.
I could see a case made for both. I really could, but I don't think it's unheard of. And that's my guy. I'm just saying, I don't think it's unheard of that it's a 10-8.
I didn't mind them giving it to Tyron Woodley, even though I was heartbroken for Wonderboy, but. Like, the bottom line was he didn't do any damage to Woodley. Like, he was very careful. I thought they were both very respectful of each other and
almost too respectful. No, I mean, honestly, to make it as exciting as you'd want it to be.
Look, just because they you understood that if you throw a lazy kick, I think he threw like one leg kick. Yeah. If you throw a lazy kick, like he said, no more lazy kicks, but he didn't. Throw
if you're throwing them up high, you got to throw them too. Then, in other words. I thought the key to Wonderboy to win would be a little bit be more active and make him work more.
Right.
I feel he made corrections, but again, dude, I don't want to. It's hard to nitpick because I feel like almost a cock doing it because
you're not nitpicking. We're just guessing.
Yeah,
we're just talking about the fight.
Yeah, of course. That's our job.
Yeah, we're just look. I think they were both. Here's what I think they were both afraid of. I think Thompson was aware that even though he survived a lot, Tyron can really hurt you if he hits you. So I think he was worried about that and being overcautious. And I also think Tyron was overcautious because he knew he gave fucking Wonderboy everything he had, and that fucker still got up and beat him the next round. So they both had a reason to be extremely cautious. He didn't want to gas, and I think that he didn't want to get knocked out and possibly. That's personally my take on it. Because why else would they both be so cautious when they both wanted to win the fight?
I know. And that ship has sailed. So I want to see what's next for the champ.
Yeah, I mean, look,
Wonderboy
will still be in the top.
What
do you think? What do you think his ranking is now? You're third.
I want to see who they put Wonderboy with now too, because Wonderboy, it's not like his stock goes down. I mean, the guy, these are two fights. It's a two. It's like he had 2 shots at the title now, and you can make a case that he won both, or you can make a case that he lost both. I mean, you know what I mean? So
Tyron just did more damage. That does. They were saying it does show something. He's getting GSP on the phone.
What's going on across over there?
There's other fights to talk about too.
Oh, listen, I don't know what order we're going in, but that Rashad Evans fight, I enjoyed that. I enjoyed the hell out of it. I like that Dan Kelly.
Dan Kelly is fun to watch.
I love when guys have a unique style.
Is there anything better than listening to Dominic Cruz talk about how Dan Kelly just doesn't give a shit about the pain? Dominic Cruz is awesome.